Now, whether you're finding it difficult to stay consistent when you work out, or you are consistent but you're just wondering how you're able to work out without requiring any motivation, in today's video, I'll be tackling this problem and how to solve it without requiring any motivation on your behalf. The first problem is that motivation is actually a myth.
Stop the cap!
A lot of people's advice is to find motivation, but the problem with motivation is it's peaked and it's temporary. So the perfect example of this, New Year's resolution, and everyone wants to join the gym because it's 50% off and New Year gains. They just want to transform themselves. And so this transformer mindset, it lasts the first day, the second day, but 1 week from the start or the 1st of January, all of it's already gone. And that's because motivation, it's a point in time where it's peaked. So New Year came around and you felt motivated with the 50% off discount with other people, celebrities or fitness influencers. You wanted to become like them. But a week later, all that motivation just dipped away. And I'll explain exactly why this happens. So let's just take the example of me or a teenager my age. We want to get big and huge. And when we think about going to the gym, we're motivated because we want to get in there, have the best workouts and get huge. So our mind thinks of the final result, which is getting huge, and the feelings that we get from getting huge, whether that be confidence or you get more attention. But what your brain fails to realize,
that's right, it's a failure.
No, but what it fails to realize is the actual pain and suffering that each workout brings. So you have to go into the gym and you need to suffer. Some people don't call it suffering because they enjoy it. But in a way, you're putting your body through some stress, which is a form of suffering. And if you suffer enough times for a long period of time, which is a couple of years, then you start seeing the gains and you start seeing how huge you become. But when you first visualize yourself going into the gym and getting huge, you visualize the end result and your body has already felt how it wants to feel once it gets big. What it fails to realize is that you need to go through all this suffering. And because it has failed to realize this, when you actually do go into the gym, your brain automatically has to go through all this suffering. And over time, whether that be 2 workouts, 3 workouts, or 1 week later, your brain's like, I can't do this anymore. All that motivation, it loses it immediately because of the suffering, the new suffering that it has found. That's when motivation dies. So now we've come to part 2 of our character, or whether that be you. And you're starting to realize that motivation isn't it. Gets the fire burning. But it doesn't keep the fire there. And what we do need instead of motivation is actually dedication. Because the difference between motivation and dedication is that motivation is peaked, it's temporary, whereas dedication, it lasts much longer. It doesn't require any motion. You don't need to feel a sense of urgency. It will make you do the activities, or it will make you work out regardless whether you're motivated that day or not. See, the thing with dedication is it's built over time. What you got to realize is to cultivate motivation, there are many ways. So I'll go down the path that I took. What I decided to do was not focus on the end point. Yes, I want to get huge and big and all the good things that are about it, but I focused on the journey. And the journey is like a puzzle where each workout is a piece in the puzzle.
What?
So having that long-term mindset of understanding this whole journey of getting big is the final product, the puzzle. But we need to understand the importance of the puzzle. And for every person, that puzzle or the importance of what the puzzle means is different. Why you want to get big or huge or your end goal when it comes to fitness is a completely different reason to everyone else's. And because why it's so individualized, you need to tailor it to yourself. So you need to go into your own place and reflect. Literally just take a pencil, paper, without any phones, no distractions. Just reflect on why you go to the gym and what your end goal is. And when you find the meaning of your puzzle, then you can find the meaning of each piece in the puzzle. Because when you find out how important working out to you is and why you actually are working out in the first place, there is some justification to all the suffering and the pain. Now, also to build on dedication, we need to build a habit. To give the perfect example of this, when you're brushing your teeth, you do it subconsciously. You're not actively thinking of, I need a brush tooth over here and then move on to the right side and left side and underneath and all, unless you're a beginner. When you first start to learn how to brush your teeth, but over time, you've done it every single day, and now it's become a habit where you subconsciously just brush your teeth. If you were to go tomorrow and brush your teeth with your less dominant hand, your brain would immediately have to focus and most likely wouldn't be able to do it on its first go, or at least brush as well as how it would with its more dominant hand. And this is because that's completely different. It's something very new to your mind. So when you are brushing your teeth with your less dominant hand, you're building a habit and your conscious mind is focusing on brushing your teeth. If you do it over a long period of time, let's say the next 3 weeks, then over time you'll build a habit and you'll be more proficient at actually brushing your teeth with your less dominant hand. And once you get to that stage, you'll realize from the 4th week onwards or whenever it is that you'll subconsciously be able to brush your teeth with your less dominant hand and your dominant hand. To wrap up the brushing example, what I'm trying to say is that even on your laziest days, you're able to brush your teeth without any additional effort. And that's what we're trying to do when it comes to working out. You see, we're trying to build a habit so it's ingrained into our subconscious mind that we can work out without requiring any motivation or additional effort. To bring this full circle, we need to build a habit. And basically a habit means a repeated number of times of doing the work, or in this case, it would be to work out. So you need to be working out consistently, let's say for the next 3 weeks. But that can be a very big challenge. So you need to ask yourself, what's the importance of the puzzle? Why are you working out and what are you trying to achieve? When you understand that, you can justify your suffering. You're able to push through your workouts even when you don't feel like doing it. And because you do that, you build the habit and dedication over time, which will help you work out even when you're not motivated or you don't feel like it. Your brain signals to you that we got to do this. Today's Tuesday, 9 a.m. This is when we go into workout every week. Regardless of whether it's raining, I don't feel like getting up, I'm going to work out. Now that you know we shouldn't be focusing on motivation, it's all about the dedication. And to get dedicated, we need to do it over a period of time, which is building a habit. And that way our subconscious mind will be making us work out and we won't be requiring any extra effort or motivation. But to initially be consistent, what can you actually do? There is no one guaranteed strategy that will work for everyone. For some people, it may be pre-packing their gym bag and their gym clothes, putting it beside their table, so when they come home or wake up the next morning, they're able to immediately change their clothes and go to the gym. For other people, it might be rewarding themselves after a workout. So you do your workout and then you have your most favorite meal right after as a post-workout snack or treat. And finally, another strategy you could use would be to think of the first 2 minutes of your workout. So just go to the gym and think, I'm only going to do these first 2 minutes. And if I don't want to do it anymore, I'll come back. More likely than not, after the first 2 minutes, you want to keep going through because you're already into that flow and mood of actually working out. Whatever strategies you do employ, make sure you take a note of them and consistently use the ones that work for you. Over time, that should help you to build, the dedication and the habit and the subconscious mind thing, and all of that should come together. Change happens over time, but if you don't start today, it will never start itself. See you in the next video, guys, and thank you.